It's March Madness, and we are handing out grades for all the CBS and TNT broadcast teams. The NFL negotiation impact will be discussed. Netflix gets Bonds, Barry Bonds. Fox picks up Zoltan, and Laura Rutledge leaves SEC Nation, plus enormous WBC numbers. It's Marchand and Meterparel for your dining and whisking pleasure. Everybody loves sports media, presented by WSC Sports. Andrew, how much hoops did you watch this weekend, and why are your eyeballs bouncing?
Oh, man, I went door to door from Thursday to Sunday. CBS had a little party they have, so it's kind of ironic. That was the only interlude, really, because you're talking to people when you're at their event. Yeah, I watched it all. For broadcasters, to me, it's the hardest and best broadcasting assignment there is, because you have to learn so many new teams. A lot of them you hadn't seen all year. You have to do that quickly, 3 or 4 days in terms of prep. And then you're introducing these players to a lot of fans, which I think is a huge advantage because we don't know their stories. And then you also have the exclamation marks of a Kentucky ending where you can have a call that can live forever if you get it right. To me, a great weekend of basketball. I know not as many upsets, et cetera, but it was fun.
Yep, chalk up another party I didn't get invited to. Thanks very much.
Jen Sabatout, she mentioned you. She did mention you. CBS Sports, his PR guru.
Ithaca College grad. Thank you.
You graduated the same year, I understand.
Yes, we did. Jen was quite a compatriot there in some of my classes.
We're twice a week podcast, AndrewMarchand.com, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Marchand Meterparel on Tuesdays, main event on Thursday. This week, Trog Keller, who ran ESPN Radio, ABC Radio Networks, ran the talent department at ESPN Deportes. Trog, great on what was and what will be in terms of the sports media business. And our next event, April 23rd, is a Thursday. Off the Record with me, Andrew Marchand, presented by WSC Sports. We'll have the commissioner of MLS, Don Garber. So looking forward to talking to him, especially with the World Cup upcoming.
Blockbuster events coming up with WSC Sports. Andrew, what is up in your world?
My what's up is Howie Rose, legendary New York and sportscaster, most known for his being associated with the Mets, who he grew up in Queens as a Mets fan. And I wrote this the other day for The Athletic. The thing about Howie Rose, he knows everything about the team, and he sounds like the 7 train, which is the line that links New York and Manhattan and every place into Flushing, where Shea Stadium was and now Citi Field is. And Howie also had one of the great hockey calls of all time, maybe great sportscasting calls of all time, when the Rangers advanced in 1994 to beat the Devils to go to the Stanley Cup final. Mateau, classic. Howie Rose announced his retirement. He'll do this season and then call it quits. Amazing career he's had. The only thing missing, he started with the Mets in terms of play-by-play in 1987. They have not won a World Series since then. If they could go out on top, that would be a fitting way for Howie Rose's career as a broadcaster to conclude.
Well said. A legend in the business, a titan in New York. My what's up would be one Steve Lapis. Not exactly the most well-known analyst of the CBS stable, but he is terrific. Excellent chemistry with Andrew Catalon. I love the fact he gives you insight into out-of-bounds plays, what's going on in the huddle, coaching philosophies. He doesn't speak down to the audience. He tells me what a switch is, which a lot of analysts don't do that. That's their old fallback. They're switching on defense. Okay, what does that mean? Tell me what that means. Steve Lapis has a knack of doing that. So I like the fact he has a good personality as well. And he seems to really enjoy being there. He's an old coach who gets a kick out of what he's doing.
All right, we're going to go what's down in a minute. We'll get to all the grades of the TNT and CBS broadcast crews coming up. Netflix hire Barry Bonds, Zoltan, Laura Rutledge. To listen to the rest of the podcast, AndrewMarchand.com, AndrewMarchand.com to listen to the rest